I am really honored to be able to present this award on behalf of the Humane Society Veterinary Medical Association. Each year, the HSVMA identifies a veterinarian as Advocate of the Year. And you must understand, we've got, am I moving your slides?
You're back to where you belong. It's good.
Understand in our work, we run into a lot of advocates and a lot of veterinary advocates. And to be singled out for such an award is truly an honor. And I'm going to ask if Dr. Melinda Merck will come up here while I further introduce you to the audience. Dr. Merck is receiving today the award as Advocate of the Year from the HSVMA for her admirable leadership in creating the field of veterinary forensics. And this is based on over 2 decades of involvement with investigations into animal abuse cases across the country. Since her 1988 graduation from Michigan State University College of Veterinary Medicine, Dr. Merck has been involved with shelters and rescue groups, which, of course, allowed her to come into contact with animal abuse cases, unfortunately. As her dedication to helping animal victims grew, she found that she had no resources to advise her in the how-to of forensic investigations. As a result, Dr. Merck sought instruction from attorneys, forensic scientists, and medical examiners from the human field, and soon became identified as the top expert in the field of veterinary forensic science on a national and international level. One of Dr. Merck's greatest recognitions came from her involvement in the infamous Michael Vick dogfighting case. This was in 2009. Her forensic determinations of the deceased and buried dogs formed the solid foundation for the successful prosecution of Vick's crimes. For her contribution to this investigation, she received awards from the United States Department of Justice, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the U.S. Office of Inspector General. Needless to say, she has a huge list of publications and other scholarly work that's helped to define this field, not only for today, but long into the future. Now, that's the formal introduction of Dr. Merck. But I have to add my own little bit to this, and she's worried. We were just talking about one of the resources we have at the University of Tennessee. While I was dean at the University of Tennessee, she visited us and had a chance to visit the Body Farm. And most of you have probably heard of the Body Farm, but the University of Tennessee is engaged in tremendous forensic education and, of course, research. And we have this facility where human bodies are allowed to decompose under various conditions, which allows investigators of homicides to be able to figure out, what and when and where and how someone may have died. Well, she gets to go to the Body Farm, which would freak out most people to start with. And I want you to imagine all these kids here in Orlando that are visiting Disney World. This is what she was like. And I wasn't even there, but I saw it in her eyes as she explained it. It was at night. There were bugs everywhere, which is part of the whole forensic investigation. And she was just on cloud 9. Now, folks, that's the part of the veterinary oath that most of us don't necessarily live by, which is contributing to medical knowledge. Sincerely, there are few people we will meet in our profession who have taken that part of the oath seriously and made a difference. And so, Dr. Merck, again, on behalf of the Humane Society of Veterinary Medical Association, let me just get over here. I'd like to present to you today the 2015 HSVMA Veterinary Advocate of the Year. And it reads, for her admirable leadership in creating the field of veterinary forensics and for advocating for the humane and respectful treatment of all animals. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, after that, only a few words to say. It's amazing. This is an extremely unexpected and humble honor. And as I look around the room, I see certainly personally people I have worked with that have hearts of gold that have been advocates their entire life. Most of us, since we came out of the womb, have been advocating for animals. And there's certainly those that are not here. There's people all around the world that are working as advocates for animals in our veterinary community. The HSVMA also helps with this mission by providing tools and resources to affect positive change for animals and for those of us who care for them. And I want to remind you, it really takes a village. Right? So it's interesting. I wrote this before I saw that slide. But I've been saving animals since I was little. I would save everything that I could find. And this is also while I'm reading every Nancy Drew novel and watching every Quincy episode, for those of you who are old enough to remember that one. And my father at one point said, you know, Melinda, you can't save every animal. And I said, I can try one at a time. So I will continue to do so, and thank you.